Welcome back, everyone. JAYBONE here for Smash This Podcast. Well, you can tell JAYBONE's starting to feel better. We got getting 2 shows done today. That's a lot for me lately. There's also it helps that there's absolutely no lack of news. So if you missed it earlier this morning, I went live with Uncle Mark from thank you, Eugene. Went live with Mark, and then Trent popped in for a while, and Simply Steve of TNI UK. And we all threw our thoughts out there to you guys about AEW losing Brandy and Cody Rhodes. Excuse me. So if you have not checked that out, please do. We spent about an hour. I think it was just less than an hour. I didn't want to go too long, and I wanted to talk about this stuff too, but I also was not awake enough to cover everything this morning. So as we get into these other topics that have been coming out over the last 24 to 48 hours since the weekend, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. If you're on Twitch and you sub, well, guess what? There are some new emotes. I don't know what these other ones are here, but so there's a few new ones I popped in there. Thank you, Zach. Much love. So you could sub there. You can cheer bits. You could do all that. If you're team YouTube, you can, like I said, smash that like button, smash that sub button. You can tip one of your favorite podcasts if you so wish to do so. With super chats or super stickers, and get your stuff read and featured, whatever you want to call it. So, but it's all love. Appreciate it. What do we start out with first? I mean, there's the stuff on the cover here. We'll get to that. That's been one of the very hot topics amongst Impact Wrestling fans. I want to cover a few other, I don't want to say odd, but some different things first. Let's cover some positive stuff about Impact Wrestling first. So this dropped earlier tonight, earlier this afternoon, I guess, earlier today. Impact announced that during the WrestleCon weekend, that's WrestleMania weekend for those of you who don't know, down in Dallas, Texas, I believe. So it says Impact Wrestling delivers back-to-back shows at WrestleCon on April 1st, starting at 9 p.m. Fans buying one ticket will receive admission to both, including a late-night retro-style IPWF. What's better than one Impact Wrestling show? How about 2? And to make it even better, you get 2 for the price of 1. That's a pretty sweet deal, if you ask me. Impact, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but Impact Wrestling will make a splash at WrestleCon in Dallas on April 1st with back-to-back shows starting at 9 p.m. local time at the Fairmont Hotel. Round 2 of Impact Wrestling WrestleCon Extravaganza is set to start at midnight, featuring a return of the popular Flashback Impact Provincial Wrestling Federation, the IPWF. It'll feature such stars as Moose, Mickie James, Trey Miguel, among many others. And then you can read the rest of that at your own leisure. So that sounds like a blast. I don't know if we're going to be able to watch that. Maybe on Fight. I'm not sure. Hopefully. I haven't heard anything yet. Tickets apparently are now available. I also announced that Impact Wrestling would feature an alternative commentary option for their next event, which is No Surrender this coming weekend on Saturday night. For Fight subscribers, if you buy the event on Fight this Friday night, thank you, Bells Boy. Thank you. You get an alternative commentary of, was it Tracy Brooks, Tara, aka Victoria, depending on where you watched her, and SoCal Val. So I'm sure Trent would get excited about that. Bell's Boy with the $5 tip. Thank you so much. Says my Rams win the Super Bowl and a double dose of J-Bone. This makes my week. Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm really trying. Thank you. So, and I'll be back tomorrow night for AAW stuff. We're going to try to do that, and then along with TNI stuff, typical Thursday, doing the whole 10-hour thing at night. No, I'm not quite, but Terrence Sullivan says YouTube Ultimate Insiders and Impact Plus for WrestleCon shows. Hopefully, I hope, man. Hopefully. Sometimes their Mania weekend shows have come off a little wonky, but overall, a lot of fun. Like, I think my most favorite one was their Lucha Underground versus Impact Wrestling. That was a lot of fun. Saw a lot of different faces. Some of them joined Impact Wrestling shortly after, like Willie Mack, and I think, was it Brian Cage? There was a whole slew of wrestlers we got gracing our TV screens for a decent amount of time. So there's that. There is that very positive piece of news. I'm excited for that. Hey, you never know. You never know. Mr. Fretz touching on the Cody Rhodes stuff. He says, I do not buy the Cody rumors for 1 second. Most elaborate work ever. Well, I can tell you it's not a work. He's gone. He is gone. And like I said, I gave my thoughts on all that this morning. Hey, Courtney. Yeah. 205 Live is dead. Yeah. It's now called Level Up. NXT 2.0 Level Up or something. And apparently, it was one of my first comments on the show tonight. Oh, Terrence Sullivan says, so Quinn Mckay is now in NXT. Interesting. For those of you that don't know, Quinn Mckay, formerly of Ring of Honor, she was kind of like an interviewer backstage. She also did some wrestling. So apparently she's with that show now. So hey, props to her. I think please don't quote me on this. I might be wrong. There's actually a good chance I'm wrong. She might be the first of the Ring of Honor crew that's since the report of Ring of Honor taking a break, and some people are going here, some people are going there. People like Jonathan Gresham are kind of starting their own indie, which I think is pretty badass if you ask me. I think she's the first one that actually officially, well, we can't say officially, but appeared on WWE television, I think. Although the word going around out there that she won't be the only one, Roxy seems to have been offered a WWE contract, as well. So, but hey, good for her. She's young. Nothing against them. What they want to do with their future. If that's your goal, go get it. Go get it. I'm sure she'll get trained by some awesome people, and hopefully she becomes a big star there. That's all I can hope for. We'll see. We'll see. So there's that. There was something else. I know a lot of people. Okay, so I didn't see this until I was done with my show this morning, but there's a lot of people putting weight on the whole Cody to WWE thing. I'm personally not going to throw any weight on that in that direction, just because I've seen what Cody's done in the last 3 years, and I feel like he may have bigger things he wants to do. But I mean, if he decides he wants to go back to the WWE and they pay him a boatload of money and put him in the main event at WrestleMania, God bless him. Because he never got treated like that before in the WWE. He had some title runs. I think he had like the IC title, which is barely visible now, apparently, on TV. I would hope to God he wouldn't actually want to go back into Stardust. No. I mean, I enjoyed that for about a hot second, but anytime he tagged with his brother, I liked it, but I felt like whatever he was doing at the time, he always put forth a decent amount of effort, into it. Who knows? Who knows what he wants to do? I really think I really feel like there's bigger things out there for him. I just don't know what. We just have to wait and see what happens, But there was a lot of people that assumed that he was going to show up at the Royal Rumble. And you know what? He could have. He was not under contract as of the end of the year. So, crazy. Aaron Jack, what's up, brother? Says, J-Bone, are you getting these annoying ads on Impact Plus? I do once in a while, not a lot. I feel like it's something that they're trying to do, you know, like get some advertising on there, which is annoying as hell, though. It's like if you're paying for it, you shouldn't get ads. You know what I mean? Like I get paying for advertising. I get that. But it should be featured on the free stuff for the people that just sign up for the free stuff and not the people that pay for the site like I do and others. But yeah, I haven't noticed a lot lately. So maybe that was a test thing. It wasn't consistent, so I don't know. They need someone to like really fix that site though, because it's still insanely annoying. Let's talk about let's swing this over to some news that I heard this morning, some WWE related stuff. So one of my all-time favorites, Stone Cold. There is a rumor, and I usually don't go down the rumor rabbit hole much on here. If you follow me closely, you know I don't. I usually don't throw a lot of attention that way. And you know I don't cover a lot of WWE stuff. But this is really interesting. It's been almost 20 years, folks. It's 19? It'll be 19 years come April, whatever. That Stone Cold Steve Austin has had an official match. And I mean, he's made plenty of appearances over the years and, you know, chugged beers and given stunners out. Hell, The Rock's even done that a little bit. You know, set shit on fire or whatever, with a blowtorch. So the rumor going around that WWE is trying to get Stone Cold for a match, one last match, if you can believe that, against Kevin Owens. And it's because this is in Stone Cold's home state. Down in Texas. My Stone Cold Steve Austin sounds like a cross between Steve Austin and Johnny Laryngitis. Wish you well in your future endeavors. It's horrible. It's just horrible. Pardon me. So, yeah, Battle of the Stunners, right, Keith? I really don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I love my, my veterans of the ring. You pay them a lot of respect. But I really respect Stone Cold for all these years, always given the opportunity. Hell, I think like the biggest opportunity he was given was probably, let's see, Punk left 7 years ago, and it was like a year before that. So like between 8 and 9 years ago, there was that rumor of Stone Cold and CM Punk. And that was pretty exciting, eh? And that was just for a video game. But that never got off the ground. That never got past those two sitting on either side of JR and just, looking nasty at each other like, grr, So maybe this was part of them trying to re-sign Kevin Owens, again, like, good old Vinnie Mac. Hey, pal, how about headlining WrestleMania with Steve Austin? Kevin Owens probably fell out of his damn chair. Crazy old bastard. Who knows? And I jokingly, because I haven't been watching, like I know what's going on in the WWE because you see clips online and you hear stuff, you read headlines and whatever. So I know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on at the same time. But would this get me to tune in if he was guaranteed to come back? Like say it's official and it's Stone Cold versus Kevin Owens to, headline in Texas, WrestleMania, one of the nights or whatever. What would I sign up for Peacock for a month to see it? Yeah, probably. And you pray to God that it comes off good. I mean, I would certainly trust Kevin Owens to do a good job with Stone Cold in the ring and protect him and whatnot. Kevin Owens is a very good wrestler. And I think he could probably knock it out of the park with him. So, and that's me. That's me. But beyond that, it's going to take a lot more than that to like get me to watch it again on a regular basis. I just can't, I just can't. So, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep an eye out, and if there's any updates, I'll certainly talk about them on here. It's got people talking, especially people like me who just don't watch much WWE stuff. And like we said down here, NWA news, there is a new Papa's good, Paul. Papa's good. He goes for a CT scan tomorrow, so that'll be interesting. We'll get the results for that within the next week. And that'll really kind of tell us how the radiation was going with the, this radiation treatments. It'll let us know how the cancer is doing. So crossing our fingers, saying a little prayer. NWA news, Matt Cardona over this last weekend became the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So some people might look at that and be like, oh, LOL, NWA is dead. But if you really sit back and think about it and look at everything Matt Cardona, the former Zack Ryder, has been doing on the indies, he's been, he's been killing it. He has absolutely been killing it. And I've really, I've enjoyed what he's done over the last year or whatever it's been since he's been free agent again. He literally did a cup of coffee in AEW, had a few matches, and, got his AEW t-shirt and said, hey, thanks. That's all we're doing. And then showed up on Impact Wrestling, and it's been fun ever since. Even got his missus in on the action. And it's been a fun ride. I've been, how do I say this? I've been very happy to see him reignite his career across the indies, across different promotions. Hell, he even did something with EC3 within the last year during the Great Panini. And what I don't get, look, I'm really out of touch with the whole NWA thing. I really am. So does this make me want to watch it? Yeah. So here's what my plan was for tonight, because I was talking about the Cody stuff and, Cody and Brandy leaving AEW this morning. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'll watch some NWA because I thought it was airing tonight still. I had to double check. I didn't know when. Or in the afternoon or whatever. I'm like, okay, I think it's back on YouTube and I'll watch it again. I'll watch the newest episode or whatever. And then I come to find out after doing some research throughout the day here and there that they weren't even going to show everything that happened with Matt beating Trevor Murdoch. I've seen highlights out there of the pin, and then there's a thing on YouTube where they show his speech afterwards, and then there's a podcast with some guys talking or something. And I'm like, well, what the hell? What? Apparently the show that was on tonight was, now this is not knocking the guy, but the what is it? The peanut butter champion, the Victor, what's his name? Victor Benjamin? Is that his name? Lady Frost's man. He wrestled Matt Cardona, and but you have to pay for it on Fight. Now, granted, it's only $4.99, but I didn't realize that, I thought it was still free on YouTube. Apparently, they are putting some free stuff on there, but not all of it. So, Terrence here says NWA airs on Fridays at 5 p.m. on YouTube. Oh, okay. Okay, so I haven't missed it. Okay. So maybe they still will show it. It's on delay on YouTube. Okay, so we'll see if and what they show this Friday night. Thank you, Terrence. We'll see what they show. Pardon me. Keanu, what's up? Says, will Matt be allowed to defend it on Impact? Yeah, I'm asking the same thing, man. I'm asking the same thing. He's got the Impact DMC title. He's got his internet title, which is his own title, but I think that'd be really cool if he showed up at No Surrender with it around his waist. I think things are certainly better between NWA and Impact Wrestling, and I'm sure something could happen. Obviously, the NWA title is a bigger championship overall than the new DMC title, but I think Impact would want to focus more on the DMC title and Matt Cardona's current heel persona. But I'm sure they could flip-flop it and work something out if they wanted to. I think that'd be actually really cool if Matt defended the NWA title at a pay-per-view, because it would certainly draw interest to the NWA, which honestly, I think the NWA needs all the help it can get right now. So Yeah, Nick Aldis already challenged Matt Cardona, and apparently that's going to happen at the Crockett Cup or whenever that is, and that's coming up in the next couple months or month or something like that. I saw that somewhere. He challenged him as soon as he won it. So Matt Cardona did not get to celebrate very long. I mean, they've got some good talent on there. Like I said, I've been really out of touch with the NWA. I don't know what's going on with their tag scene. Tyrus, unfortunately, is still there. I'm not a Tyrus fan. That's really a turnoff. They're getting new women in there, which is exciting to see. Like Kiera Hogan's been in there. This what's her name? Markova something. She's been in there. Kylie's still in there. And a few others. I don't know who their women's champ is. Is it still Mickey James? I'm not sure who is, but anyways. So yeah, like Matt Cardona being champ certainly does help, in my opinion, in my professional podcasting opinion. Let me turn that down. But by all means, let me know what you think about that. Does Matt Cardona being NWA World Heavyweight Champ make you want to watch NWA? Is that a draw for you? I'm really curious. Like, you're not going to upset me. I want to hear what people say. Oh, Critical Sting says Camille. Yeah, Camille's the NWA Women's Champ. I'm sorry. See, that's how out of touch I am. I forgot who the women's champ was. That's right, she is. So, yeah, that's Bram's main squeeze. Yes. So, I'm certainly gonna check it out a little more. Keep a closer eye on it and see what happens. Now let's talk about the headliner. Let's talk about the headliner that's behind me here. Josh Alexander, no longer with Impact Wrestling. His contract has expired, and he's no longer able to work in the U.S. Now, details beyond that, as far as why this couldn't get taken care of sooner, I don't know. Like, I jokingly said the other night when the news came out and we were talking about it on the T&I family dinner, I said, oh, it's the red tape. I blame the U.S. government. It's like, I don't know what happened. I know a lot of people are throwing criticism at Scott D'Amore and Impact Wrestling as a whole, because it's not on Josh. That's up to the company to take care of that stuff, for those of you that don't know. See, I've seen a lot of people say that. Canu says, I'd laugh if Josh goes to AEW and Cody goes to Impact and we get a swap. Well, but besides a swap, Cody or Josh Alexander, even though he's a free agent now, cannot go to AEW. He cannot sign with them. He's not allowed in the country. So, I've seen so many people say, "Oh, Tony Khan, save him." Tony Khan is, even if Tony Khan wanted to do something, there's nothing he could do. It's up to the people working on the paperwork and the contracts at hand. So for an Impact Wrestling fan like myself, it's very upsetting because Josh is one of those homegrown talents that you've come to grow with and love and watch mature. And like this past week is some of the most crazy, passionate stuff that we've ever seen from him. And little did we know that it was actually going to be the last time we see him on Impact Television for the foreseeable future. Now, could they get this wrapped up relatively soon and they get him back, and then, change the storyline and he comes back and whatever, turns heel and forms a new Josh versus Impact Society. I'm just throwing goofy shit out there, but yeah, it certainly could happen. But usually when this kind of stuff lapses, the U.S. government sadly is not very fast at turning it around. I mean, I've heard about people trying to become U.S. citizens, and it's taken them over 20 years. The U.S. government is not good at this kind of stuff, sadly. So, all we could do for now is hope for the best. Honestly, that's. So yeah, we'll see what happens to him. But let me know. I mean, if he gets his work stuff figured out, do you want to see him stay with Impact Wrestling, or would you rather see him go somewhere else? Like Terrence here says, well, whenever he gets a work visa worked out, he's going to AEW and New Japan. Well, he's worked with New Japan a little bit, so I don't see why he couldn't do that. But yeah, like I say, he's just got to get all that stuff worked out first. So yeah, right, Justin. We just don't know all the details, So we just have, like I said, we just have to wait. We don't have a choice, I thought that was something on my shirt. That's ink. Aaron Jack here says, J-Bone, here's an idea. Would you like to see The Rock come back and join the Bloodline? I think it would be awesome. Yeah, it would be, but I don't see that happening. He's got much bigger fish to fry than worrying about getting back in the ring and doing that. I mean, the last time he got in the ring, he damn near killed himself, literally. He busted his spleen or something. He ended up going straight to the hospital afterwards. It wasn't pretty. So Hakeem wants Josh to stay with Impact. All right. Keanu here says, yeah, look how long it took with Speedball. Yeah. And that was that was kind of on him because he had a 5-year thing, and I don't know all the details of that, but He had to wait 5 years. And then WWE, actually, they were going to sign him. So they took care of like the visa part of it. And I don't know as far as like how easy it was for Impact to take over that end of things. But yeah, so Speedball's good. Speedball's been everywhere, all sorts of indies all over the place. It's a very exciting time for him. He's everywhere. So yeah, if you get a chance, go see him live or, watch the shows he's a part of. Yeah, Speedball was banned for 5 years. Yeah. That's on him. That's something happened. I don't know what. I think he was trying to work the U.S. without a visa for a couple shows until he got stuff situated, and then he got caught or something. I don't know. So yeah, that's the news in a nutshell that I was going to cover tonight. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan, but depending on who you like and what you watch, it can also be kind of frustrating. And just to touch on the stuff from this morning, it's and not to poo-poo the Josh Alexander stuff, but man, this Cody Rhodes news a lot, and not to knock his wife, but I mean she had honestly had like a almost like a bigger position than he did in the company. She was a COO or whatever she was. She was something, I forget. But so then Tony's got to fix that with his company too. So it's just crazy. I don't know, man. So Denzel Vance says AEW have too many people on their roster. Well, a lot of them are going to be going by the wayside over the course of this year. People that signed 3 years ago or 2 years ago, their contracts are going to be up. So you're going to see people like Joey Janela go by the wayside. Probably Kip Sabian, Marco Stunt, few tag teams. You're going to see people go. So this is going to be. Oh, Bell's Boy says Chief Branding Officer was her title. Thank you. CBO. Okay, I was close. I knew it was C something O or whatever. So, whatever she does. It's a desk thingy. Yeah, like I said, there's just so much stuff going on in wrestling right now. There's something for everyone. If you're frustrated watching one brand, but you still like wrestling, because there's so much other stuff. Hey, support your local indies. I'm sure there's guaranteed some good stuff coming through there soon, depending on where you live, of course. So, Eugene Wood says Josh Alexander is one of the best wrestlers today. When he comes back to USA, he should get a shot at his world title and fight Jay White. Be a match of the decade. Yeah, that would certainly that'd be something I'd love to see. I don't think those two have ever faced off before. Like not even on an indie. I'm sure they were planning on it for Strong at some point because Jay White's really getting going now. And Jay White's all over the place too lately. He's working Strong, he's working Impact, he's working AEW. In fact, Jay White has his own PWT store outside of New Japan now. So I don't think he's necessarily gone from there. I think he just has a decent amount of freedom with what he wants to do in the U.S. So we'll have to wait and see what he does. But he is a very good wrestler. I'm very excited to see what happens with him. What's up, Swag fan? Better late than never. So that's pretty much it for tonight. And if you're watching this on the replay, by all means, drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the subjects discussed tonight with Josh Alexander, Stone Cold, and Matt Cardona and the NWA stuff. So, barring anything happens, I should be back tomorrow night to cover AEW stuff. It certainly is going to have a different feel to it, knowing that certain people are not going to be back. Certain people are not going to be part of it. They'll have to change the whole beginning and all that stuff soon too. Man, it's crazy, eh? Just wild. So, all right. So much love, everyone. Go check out the links in the description. Go get yourself some STP merch. I don't know when the next sale is. I got to check that out. The last one was Monday, Valentine's Day, 20% off. If you missed that, I'm sure there's going to be another one down the road soon within the next few weeks, probably a 15% off coming up soon, end of the month or something like that. I'll try to let you know when that's happening. But yeah, on your way out, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Good night, folks. We'll see you tomorrow for some AEW stuff. Take care. Be safe.